Hey, this is Dean Packham here. I'm just going to show you a few bits and pieces. You've got this video because you kindly completed a survey for me recently. I asked a few questions in it just really to find out what things you'd like to learn more about. One of the things that people seem to be wanting to learn about is how to actually get targeted connections through LinkedIn. So I'm just going to show you very quickly how to actually do that. Now, before we look at this, it's very important that you understand who your targeted connections are. Asking yourself questions such as, what does my ideal client look like? And if my ideal client walked through the door right now, what would I say to them? Are absolutely crucial to understanding what kind of people you want to actually target. Most businesses are far too broad with that. They'll say, I'm looking to contact business owners. Or they'll say I'm looking to contact certain people. That's very, very vague, but the more detail you can put to it, the more of a targeted audience you can come up with, the better chance you have of actually finding the right people. So let's have a look at a situation and then see what kind of people we can come up with as a target audience. So for instance, I'm going to work on the basis that I want to contact web design company people as potential customers. So we're looking at business owners who own web design companies. So the first thing we would do is to go into the advanced people search. The way that you do that, you click on the top line on the not Google, sorry, brain's gone, on the LinkedIn homepage, and see there's a drop down box. So select people, and then on the right hand side of the screen select advanced, which will then take you through to what's called the advanced people search. Now this is a very powerful tool. This is something that allows you to target people very, very closely. So first box here gives you the option to put in keywords. So for instance, if we're looking for somebody who's involved in web design, so let's say that we're looking for web design companies and we're only interested in people who are MDs or CEOs. So what we can do, we can type in the words or the letters CEO, and then if you want to search for more than one option here, if you use the word or in capital letters, it will allow you to find anybody. So for instance, if we say web design, this will let us target anybody who's got the search web design, anybody who's got the search CEO. However, if we want to have CEOs of web design companies, the way that you do that is capital letters, you type in and. So by typing CEO and web design, it's going to find us people that are CEOs who work for web design companies. Okay, so let's go with that search. So let's say that we're looking at contacting people within Britain. That's where I am. So you can select on location, you can select country. So we're going to select UK. And what you can do is you can actually select based upon a target area. So I'm in the RH15 postcode area. So if you put the first part of your postcode into the search, and then it will let you select people within a certain range. Well, I'm going to say that I'm quite lazy and I only want to make contact with people who are within 25 miles, i.e. driving distance. So if we just search just purely on this search, so we, oops, a daisy, I don't know what that is, I'm so sorry. If we click on search here, that will then bring up everybody who fulfills those criteria. So we've got 205 searches, which is great. So this has brought up 205 people from my network who are CEOs and they are involved in web-based companies. So if you see on this search here, if someone has the word message next to their name, it means they're a first line connection. So I'm able to actually message these people directly. So I can ask them a question, I can ask them if they want to meet up, various different options. And in a future video, I'm going to go into the details of what kind of things to actually say. If you see connect here, This tells you that you're not currently connected to this person. So again, in a separate video, I'm going to show you how to connect to people that you want to connect with. But a simple way to work out whether you've got first level connections, people you can contact directly or not, on this box here under relationship, if I click first connections, it will show me everybody that I'm connected with. So there's only 7 people on this search. I can either widen the range of this, or I can just look for certain other criteria to broaden this. However, what I'm probably likely to do in this scenario would be just to click on second level connections. So these would be people that I'm not currently connected to. I'm just going to unclick the first connections box. Now this gives me, if you like, a prospect list of people that I'm not actually connected to yet, but people that fulfill the criteria that I'm looking for. I'm not quite sure there's only 127 when we had 205 minus 7, but there you go. So I have 127 people. I think possibly if I show all results, that might change it slightly, give a slightly broader search. Oh, that's given me 296 people that apparently fulfill this criteria. So if I'm looking for CEOs of web-based companies within a 25-mile radius of my postcode in the UK, I have a list of nearly 300 people I can connect to. So I'm going to show you in a separate video how to actually connect with that. I'm hoping that you see the value of this. Even if we went back to just first level connections here, and even if we widened the location, the area, then there would be a much wider range. There would be a good list of targeted prospects to actually make contact with. So let's just widen this slightly. So let's say that I'm suddenly not going to be quite so lazy, and I'm going to up this range from 25 miles up to 50 miles. So this is going to show me all my first level connections. Only shows me 10 people, but these are 10 targeted connections. They are exactly the kind of people I'm after. And if you want to add some extra criteria here, then that's fine to do. If you want to specify people that have worked for a certain company, you can do that. If you want to specify people that went to your old school, that's absolutely fine. You can do that as well. You can even specify people that work for a certain company, certain industries. So if you're only interested, for instance, in, let's say for instance, banking. So let's say that I was interested, changing the search slightly just to highlight the point. Let's say that I'm only interested in CEOs, so I'm not too worried about any other keywords. I'm just interested in CEO, but I'm interested in a certain sector. So for instance, if I'm interested in CEOs in the management consulting sector. So if I now click that, change it back to what it was with CEO, you can see that this is live, can't you, with the errors that I'm making at the moment. But hopefully I would rather get something out that's live and that gets the point across rather than have something that's glossy. So I hope that's fine with you. So okay, so let's say going back to here, yes, we've got 7 CEOs of management consulting companies within a 50-mile radius of the RH15 postcode. Hopefully you can see how powerful this is. So these people are all first level connections, and if I decide I need to contact more people, all I would do, I would just substitute the first level connections for second level connections, and that gives me effectively a prospect list of people to connect to. With LinkedIn, you can only message directly your first level connections. You can in effect message up to 15 people per month that you're not connected to, but to make it simple, it's much better to actually have people as first line connection and to actually build your connections as a targeted audience rather than just a group of random people. So okay, brilliant. So here we've got a situation, we've got CEOs of management consultant companies within a 50-mile radius. I've got 515 people I can make contact with. So hopefully you can see how that's quite a powerful list that you could potentially add to. Lots of people use LinkedIn almost as somewhere to post something and hoping somebody's going to see it. It's actually very, very useful as a tool to prospect, to actually find the kind of people you want to find. So by using the advanced people search, as I said, it's just literally the drop down box on the top of the screen, clicking on advanced, that then gives you the option. Now you can save a search, so I might not be able to save this because you can save up to 3 searches. As you can see, I've already got other searches saved, but you would have the option to save the search and name it. And the really, really good thing is each week LinkedIn sends you an email and it gives you a list of new people that have been added to your search. So for instance, with this particular search here, 14 people have been added over the last week. So if you want to set up a consistent program that every week you're connecting with new people that have been added to that search, LinkedIn can be a very powerful tool to actually prospect. So again, thank you for your input, thank you for your help. I hope you do find this video helpful. If you are interested or you think this may be of value to your business, you will find a link below this video with some course dates. I run a half-day course where I go through this and I go through various strategies to actually generate business, some actual case studies, some actual ROI figures in terms of how much money was made by carrying out certain things. I try to set up some case studies purposely for the purpose of being able to show it on a course, so it's all measured and is all tangible. So thank you for watching this. Please let me know if you have any questions or anything, or if there's anything else you'd like to learn about. I'll certainly do my best to help. Thanks very much. Goodbye.